errors and missed assignments, it really hurt. And when you play really good teams, those come back to haunt you. And so I challenge them on that. Is, hey, what do we got to do individually better? But nothing you say after that can, take the sting of a loss away, and especially when you had some opportunities to do it, and they know they didn't play as well as they wanted to. Obviously, our opponent has a lot to do with that because they've got some pretty good players, but what I shared with them.
At the end of the day, there's nothing that I can do to make a locker room feel better when I coach. Same holds true for Coach Chadwell and his group of guys. Nobody feels worse now than what the people inside the locker room. This is the Coach and Crew Show. I am your host, Charlie Krause. And Coastal Carolina experienced its first loss of the season, 30-27 to Appalachian State in Boone, North Carolina. It was a tough, hard-fought game. Appalachian State made a lot of plays. There were some decisions and penalties that were made that ultimately hurt Coastal Carolina in the end. And these guys, their season's not over. They still have a lot to play for, a lot of goals to accomplish. Is it heartbreaking? Yes. Is it tough and painful? Yes.
And it's just one game. This game counts just as much as, our last game, Arkansas State, or, ULM, or our next game, Troy. Each game counts the same. And, now the only thing is, we don't control our destiny anymore. We got to wait for them to lose to try to make the Sun Belt Championship. And, we just got to try to take care of business every game from now on. And that's all we can do.
I believe it's my role just to share information and, share opinion, but also when I share my opinion, I think it's more towards the positive and building. On a night like tonight, I have opinions of what happened, but I'm not going to go criticize because that's wrong on my end, because nobody's harder than themselves right now than the people in the locker room. And there was plays made by both squads. Appalachian State made plays. There were some penalties that hurt both squads. Yes, and it also hurt Coastal Carolina, and they know that in the locker room. So now here's the biggest thing. You don't let one loss become two. You don't let yourself get down in the dumps and just demoralize yourself so that you're not ready for next Thursday night.
I don't think you got to worry about anyone being ready. Yeah, if you were in that locker room, that guys are pretty upset about this one and pretty pissed off for the next one.
What was the phrase that Bill Belichick used after a bad loss a couple of years ago? We're on to Cincinnati. But it's on to Cincinnati. This team's got a lot to play for, and they're going to do so. And as you hear through the press conferences with Teddy and Cameron, they know what's still ahead of them, and they know how to handle things. And this is a very heavy senior leadership team.
Pretty much our whole team, you go inside the locker room, like Teddy said, we all know what we got to do. We all on the same page, and we all love to compete. So we know what has to be done within these next couple of weeks. I'm pretty confident that we're gonna be all right.
But Appalachian State also came off of an embarrassing bad loss and got punched in the mouth, and this was their rebound. And it happened to be on the perfect night where Coastal Carolina came to town. And that's what it is.
Yeah, there's still a lot out there. And, look how it's flipped. One loss, and now we're acting like everything's good, everything in the world's in. But that's sort of where we put ourselves, right? And I think, now that we have lost and now, we don't think we're invincible. Hopefully those little things that get us, we'll get those corrected and go forward. But we do there's a lot to go on.
This has been the Coach and Crew Show. Please like and subscribe to our video. Follow us on Twitter at Coach and Crew Show. We're all over Instagram, Facebook, and if anything else. And then coachandcrewshow.com. I am your host, Charlie Krause. Thank you for watching.